Hello YouTube, Scott Levin once again with another edition of Get to Know. Today we have a really special guest here in Buffalo. We are at Oishei Children's Hospital with the president, Allegra Jaros. We are so glad to have you with us today. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thanks for being here.
The nice thing that most people may not know is that Allegra, she's got a big job, president of Oishei Children's Hospital, but she's also a native Buffalonian who still lives in Buffalo and was born
That's right.
at Children's Hospital.
That's right. Just a few years ago.
A few years ago. So tell the folks where you live.
Yeah.
You're married, you have kids. Tell us a little bit about your family
Sure.
life and where you live.
Happy to. So I am a Buffalonian.
Right.
Was born at the Oishei, at the time, Children's Hospital.
Women in Children's.
No, it was Children's Hospital Buffalo when I was born.
Okay. We won't say how long ago
Yeah,
that was.
I had both of my children. So I am married. My husband's an attorney in Buffalo from West Seneca. I'm from Williamsville. And both of our children, Jaden, who is turning 17, and Parker, who's turning 15, were born at the Women in Children's
They're
Hospital.
both in high school
That's correct.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're a very busy woman. You're a wife, you're a mom, you're the president of a big, beautiful, freestanding hospital here. Let's go back to growing up. What did you want to do when you were a kid? When you said to your mom and dad, "This is what I want to do for when I grow up, Mom"?
Well, it's funny. My son recently asked me that, and I told him I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. So, my mother was a nursing professor at the University of Buffalo.
Right.
My father passed away when I was quite young.
Oh.
And so she was a big influencer on me in my life. And she really taught me the value of being part of your community and the value that healthcare brings to children in particular. So she was really interested in Head Start and early childhood education. And so I learned a lot from her. I went on to college and got a finance degree. And
So you liked numbers.
I did.
Right.
It's what I was interested in and was what I was good at.
Right.
Considered going back to become a nurse like my mother, but she really encouraged me to use that finance degree in healthcare. And so that's what I did. So she was a big influencer on that decision. I started off at Kaleida Health as an intern, and then I moved into a
You started as an intern with
finance
Kaleida.
degree. Yeah, 25 years ago. I started as a freebie intern,
Right.
and then moved into a planning degree or a planning position, and then a finance position, and really just kept working my way up. I really, truly never thought, when am I going to get that next position?
Right.
Always found everything about healthcare incredibly interesting and wanted to learn more, wanted to do more for our community. I value this organization, in particular Children's Hospital, and what it means to this community. And so for me, it's just been always a difficult balance as a mother and a working mother, but one that I could really get myself and my family rooted around, because we do incredible things here at Children's Hospital.
And these are challenging times
Yes.
for healthcare, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's never dull.
Right.
Never dull being a leader in healthcare. The federal government is talking about Medicaid and Medicare cuts. The New York State is talking about Medicare and Medicaid cuts in particular.
And this hospital receives so much from Medicaid. I think 70%.
Yeah,
is
that's
Medicaid,
right. So you think about it, 7 out of every 10 kids and family that come in here into the hospital and enter in either through the emergency room or surgery or as an inpatient really don't have the ability to pay us for the services that we're providing to them. And we're happy to be here for them. But when the government talks about Medicaid cuts, really children are the unintended consequence of that. You won't meet a politician who intends for those cuts to hurt healthcare to kids. But when it's 70% of your reimbursement, it's going to hurt healthcare to kids.
How would that hurt the average child? Would they not get the care that they need? How would that actually hurt the child?
So potentially it has ramifications where it could hurt access to care. So we work hard to partner with other community-based organizations or community-based physicians to ensure collaboration so that access is there wherever the child or family need to receive it into the system if needed. But it could really hurt some of those access points as a start if it got if the cuts really became as severe as are threatened, we would have to make decisions on the type of services that we are providing and can continue to provide, so that we can ensure that we are here for the emergency, the trauma, the regional perinatal center. So we hold some really critical roles for this community from a high-end care perspective. So we're the trauma program. If your child gets injured somehow, we are the regional perinatal center. So we have the only neonatal ICU for the premature babies that are born in our community, that has a full scope of pediatricians to surround it and to care for these kids. And so that's where we'll really arm up to fight to keep the revenue and the funding going. But it's some of those other programs that we provide that are so important to the community, either on the ambulatory side from a specialty care perspective, or even some of our programs like our child life department or our pastoral care department. Those programs always become at risk when reimbursement gets tight.
And this is a very busy place. You see a lot of patients every day.
We do. We have over 200,000 patients and families that enter into our system over the course of the year.
200,000?
Yeah, it's incredible. Our emergency department on its own is about 45,000.
That's unbelievable numbers there.
Yeah.
Let's backtrack for a second. You also went to college at Canisius, right?
I did.
What was that like?
I did. Well, it was great. It was lots of fun.
Right.
I truly enjoyed my time at Canisius, and Canisius offered me the opportunity to go on to get my MBA with a healthcare administration connection, which connected me to Buffalo General, which got me my start really here at Children's Hospital.
Okay, so just a few years ago, we all celebrated the move from Women and Children's to this new, beautiful building, freestanding hospital in downtown Buffalo. You oversaw everything about that. That was a huge project. Tell me about that, seeing it from the beginning on the architect's drawings to this beautiful hospital that we have now in downtown Buffalo.
Yeah, it really took us almost 10 years to go from A to B on designing and building out this new hospital. If you remember, when I started actually at Kaleida Health, it was the fight to save Children's Hospital at the old campus in the old building. And unfortunately, that was really more about not being inclusive and not being transparent with our care providers and the community. And so we worked, once we got through that, we really worked hard with the physicians, with our community to make the best decision. And once we decided that older building whose infrastructure was falling and crumbling around us didn't allow us to really provide the best possible patient care. We weren't able to be innovative in it. The technology was old and outdated, and to invest in it would cost just as much, if not more, as a brand new hospital. With our physicians and the community, we made the decision to relocate. And so we gave them the option, where do you think we should be? And at the time, the medical school had announced that they were going to be coming to the campus as well.
Right.
And it became really an easy
Which
decision that this makes the best choice for us to be co-located to our partners at UBMD in the medical school. And so really in 2004-ish, I would say, 2006, we decided this is it. We're going to invest and we're going to move this hospital. And it was quite a process, but those last few years before we moved, we had 26 different teams meeting regularly, planning out every detail of this space. And then that last year, it was planning out every detail of that move. And we had it minute by minute.
The last patient at the old hospital to treating people at this new one.
Yeah, it was incredible.
You guys have a worldwide reputation here now, too.
We do. And certainly being part of the campus is helpful to that. But in the first 2 years here in this hospital, we've been able to recruit and retain some incredibly good practitioners, bringing in new chiefs of service for pediatrics, a new chief of service for OBGYN, people who are innovative, are interested in research, interested in clinical trials, all coming here because they want to be part of Buffalo. They want to be part of this campus. It's been an incredible reaction, and we will benefit as a community as a result of that. But in addition to that, the team here at Children's Hospital continues to focus on the quality of care that we provide. And for the first 2 years in the new location, we've received leapfrog recognition as a top quality children's hospital,
Wow.
which only 6% of the hospitals across the nation, let alone the 6% of the children's hospital across the nation actually receive that recognition. And that's because we provide the safest, most focused quality care to our kids.
So this has really helped in the recruitment. I read that in my research that
Yeah.
you guys have really had explosive ability to be able to recruit top doctors from around the country.
Yeah, bringing in new specialists, GI physicians, cardiac physicians, oncology physicians, just for kids, people who specialize in our kids.
So when you walk around this beautiful new hospital, it must feel great to know that you're leading a worldwide, great first-class hospital.
Yeah, I mean, don't tell my friends within Clyde,
Right.
but I truly have the best job.
Right.
I have the very best
What
job.
makes it so good? What makes it the best job?
The people here,
Mhm.
those providers, the nurses, the housekeeping staff, the dietitians, they're all here for that same purpose. We're all here to make sure that we do our best for our community's most precious resources. Because we know that if we invest in these kids and in the health and health outcomes for these kids, they'll be productive members of our community. They'll be innovative. They'll build up Buffalo so that Buffalo continues to prosper.
What is it that you love about Buffalo? You're a very successful executive now. You lead a very large hospital. I'm sure you get offers other places.
Yeah.
Why do you stay in Buffalo? What is it about your hometown of Buffalo that you love so much?
It's the people.
Uh-huh.
It's the fact that we're one giant living room.
Right.
You can go anywhere in the world and you'll run into somebody who knows somebody from Buffalo.
Right.
And it's another good person. Everybody in Buffalo truly does care about their neighbors. We're the city of good neighbors, but
Right.
it's true, and you don't get that same response and that same feeling in other locations.
Let's see, on a Saturday night or a Sunday night, where would people see you out to eat? Where are some of your favorite places to go to eat? Everybody goes out to
Mostly
eat.
home.
Mostly home. Okay. So, what's your favorite dish to make?
Yeah, well, that would be pizza.
Pizza. Okay. Mine too.
But my husband and I do enjoy going out to dinner. I mean, Buffalo has so much to offer. A friend recently said that they're trying to only go to the same restaurant once over the course of a year. I'm going to try that.
Interesting.
I am going to try that because there are so many options and so many choices. We just recently went to Allen.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Great food.
Oh,
great
wait.
food.
I just went there for a birthday party. That's right here on Allen Street.
Yeah, great food. Allen
Yes.
Burger Venture. I mean, there's just
There's a lot of good
burgers would be
places.
my second favorite. Well, and French fries. So there you go. If I could have a good burger and French fries, that would be on the top of my list.
Mine too. So a busy executive goes on vacation every once in a while. Where would you go on vacation if you could go anywhere with your husband and your kids? Where would be your place to go?
So on the top of my list would be Fiji.
Fiji.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that blue water,
Right.
relaxing. And then I'd love to take my kids to Europe. We have not been yet.
Right.
Maybe get some education in at the same time. But
Do you have any pets?
we do. We have a dog. Her name is Teddy.
Teddy. Okay.
She's 6 years old. She's
Right.
cockapoo. She is one of our kids for sure, and fits in perfectly with our family.
That's great. So you love children. You love being an executive here in
Yeah.
Buffalo. You're actually living a pretty good dream right now, aren't you?
Yeah, very fortunate. Really blessed.
Yeah.
We're really blessed.
Yeah. And in your hometown.
Yeah.
Can't beat it, right?
No, Buffalo has a culture and an experience and a fit for a family that's unlike any place else, and I really wouldn't want to be any place else. And being the leader for our children's hospital is a great source of pride for me.
Well, you're a great cheerleader. I know that my daughters have been recipients of the service when it was the old hospital over on Bryant, and we were always so impressed with it. And I love to be able to do. Now we're running Variety Telethon
Yeah.
on Channel 2, which we're happy to do, which of course helps Oishei
It
Children's
does.
Hospital. And that's a big deal for you guys also, too, right?
It really is. A variety telethon raises funds that supports primarily Robert Warner Rehab Center, which is one of those specialty services I was referring to earlier that really would be at risk as Medicaid dollars dry up. But we're really fortunate with our foundation and the partners that the foundation, the Children's Hospital of Buffalo Foundation, has, like the Variety group and the Variety Telethon.
Right.
Because they raise hundreds of thousands of dollars that help us provide multi-specialty care in an outpatient setting, which is not well reimbursed,
Right.
to really our neediest children in our community. Kids who graduate from the neonatal ICU that need, they need feeding clinic, or they have spina bifida or Down syndrome, and getting the support services around those families for a continuity of care is really, really important. We're the only site that provides those services, and without Variety support, we really would not be able to.
Yeah, it circles back to what
that.
you were talking about. They would have less access, possibly.
Yeah, less access and less services to help both the child and their family.
Well, Allegra, you are to be commended, you and your whole staff here.
Thank
Every time
you.
I walk in here, it amazes me how happy everyone is, and you would never know that you're actually in a hospital setting when you walk into here. Did you do that on purpose? It is so bright and beautiful. It is a really happy place to be.
Yeah, we did certainly design it with lots of windows and space. But we really wanted to bring in the flavor of Buffalo, so that unique culture of Buffalo, so that it felt welcoming, and we could reduce the anxiety. And so when you come in, you see references to Shays and Albright Knox and Birchfield Penny, and we have an art committee, a volunteer art committee that has put artwork throughout the entire hospital. It's all local and all donated by the community, and it really makes a big difference to relieve anxiety of our patients and families.
I think it makes a big difference having a native Buffalonian at the helm of this beautiful Oishei Children's Hospital, and I cannot thank you enough for doing Get to Know with us today. It's been a pleasure to get to know you as well, and we'll see you at the Variety Telethon.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you, Allegra Jaros, and we want to thank you for joining us here on YouTube also. If you haven't, click that subscribe button and the notification button right here in the corner. Anytime we do another Get to Know, you will be notified. Thanks for joining us.